All right, take away your little piece of garbage. Let's sniff this. Sniff it up.
Just to be clear, I would love to have like an open conversation with somebody, especially in this format.
If anybody ever cared and we had any clout, I would love to do that with you, because I trust that me and you could be good faith. We would stick to a predetermined list of questions that both of us would know is like,
right.
This will be fine. All right, go ahead. Let's.
Yeah. So
hey,
let's talk
but
about
if
Trump's
anybody
Ballroom.
who is pro MAGA and wants us to sniff their garbage, go ahead. Sniff yours right now.
Absolutely, reach out. 3 bros. We have an email.
No, it would take.
Really
people got to actually get fucking listening, and then we'll go ahead.
Yeah. So
let's
Trump's
go with
Ballroom.
more corruption. Yeah. Sorry.
I will say, because there's just an absolute cascade of bullshit from this current administration. There's plenty to be upset about. Some of it I've just become numb to, but the fucking Trump's Ballroom, something about that has really pissed me off in the last couple weeks. Because it was brought up, I don't know, they started talking about this maybe 2 or 3 months ago.
Yep.
And
yeah, then he got real obsessed with it lately, but yeah.
Well, as of tonight, I believe the entire east wing of the White House is
gone.
gone.
Yeah, they destroyed it.
Yeah, they didn't talk to any like history.
Right.
There was no consideration.
There's like an approval committee they're supposed to go through. They didn't do it.
Right. There was no like, oh, maybe we should preserve such and such. No, they just brought cranes in. They brought fucking bulldozers in, and they deleted the east wing. And it just, something about that really fucking irked me. Like, this is not your house, right? This is, in a perfect world, this is the people's house. You're here for 4 years, maybe 8. Do your job and get the fuck out, because this is not your house. But he's gone in there. He's on his second term. He's got nothing to lose. And it's great, too, because he literally, when he was first being asked about, hey, where is this going to go? And they're telling them that it's going to be on that side of the White House, but we're going to respect the original architecture. We're going to respect the existing structure. He literally said we're not going to touch it, and it's now just gone.
Oh, dude, he gets to say whatever he wants. He never gets held accountable, so he doesn't give a fuck. He'll just say what's right in the moment. You and me both know he already knew what was going to happen and still was like, oh, yeah, it'll be there. He doesn't give a shit.
Honestly, I do think that at this point, because they
100%,
knew if they just did it.
Dude.
Because here's the thing: when did they start demoing the East Wing? Monday last week. That means it's been 6 days, and it's gone by tonight. They moved fast because they knew they had to. Because he's an absolute.
Yes, and destroying things, you can move that fast. You just can. Yeah.
Well, you have to, because then lawsuits show up and people catch wind of it. No, they didn't say anything.
And
they just
I read some shit that they were shooing away photographers too. You saw that?
Oh yeah,
too? Yeah.
Yes.
So
because they know what they're doing is a real shitbag behavior. But then you dig a little bit deeper into this. Okay, so whatever. He wiped out the East Wing. He took out a piece of the White House just because he wants some monument to himself. Apparently, it's going to cost $300 million. And you might ask yourself, oh, that's taxpayer money? Like, we're footing the bill? And I truly think that I would rather have had this been done on the American dime than what he's doing now.
Correct.
Because what he's doing now is he's soliciting what are basically bribes to build this ballroom.
And I want to support your point heavily real quick before you keep going. In the article, it says many of the donors to the ballroom who attended the dinner that they had have done significant business with the federal government. So I'm not going to make accusations here, but wouldn't it be convenient if the only people that you really shook down are the people that have major contracts because you know that you have that leverage? Wouldn't that be convenient?
Right. Yep. Right. And what's going to happen when they donate money to you, by the way, for your stupid fucking ballroom? You're going to be a little favorable to them in the future.
Yeah.
And
you can keep your contract now. Oh, look at that.
Wow, here's more contracts. Let's give you more
sure.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, it's so obviously quid pro quo.
Bro, it infuriates me thinking about the amount of people on Medicaid that voted for Trump. But keep going. Sorry, I just had to say that. It boils up in me.
Well, and again, no, I mean, that just bleeds right into my next point. The government is shut down. SNAP benefits are going to expire.
It's such a bad look, but he gets away with
1 week. And 60% of SNAP benefits go directly to children.
Yep, true.
Medicare and Medicaid are being slashed. Doge cut all sorts of things, including childhood cancer research. Yep. And you get $300 million for a fucking ballroom.
It's such a bad look.
DOJ. You're suing the DOJ.
Folks,
that
if you still support this man, reflect. Oh,
but it's just like,
God, dude.
Like,
Just
It
reflect.
infuriates me. So not only does he think he can do whatever he wants
Yeah.
with the White House, he gets to solicit political favors and bribes to build it. And let me ask you this, Cyril, who's
No, it looks
going to
like-
go to this ballroom? It's not for
So,
the American people.
It's not for
It
the
is
American
not for
people.
you.
It's only for those people that are scratching his back and he's scratching theirs. So
Correct.
fucking understand that, working class people who vote for Trump. Make it make sense, because it doesn't. And by the way, he's going to name this motherfucking thing the Donald Trump Ballroom. You know it. I know it. Every single person in this country knows it. And that's ridiculous.
100%.
And that's ridiculous.
100%. He was asked a few days ago, like, are you going to name it after yourself? And he was like, no, of course. You know, he said something to the
Bro,
effect of
stop.
no.
Just like he
And,
said
like,
the East Wing
we
wasn't
know
going to be
you're
torn
going-
down.
No, we know you're going to name it the Trump
Yeah,
fucking
yo, that's
ballroom.
of course he
We
is,
know
bro.
you're going to do it. It's going to be all gilded. Did you see the fucking renditions he brought when they
It's
announced
so
the destruction of
gross
the-
looking. It's so tacky. It's just tacky. There's a
covered in
tasteful way of
gold.
doing things. Look, I'm not an interior designer, all right, but don't get me started on the amount of gold. Like, it's actually like It's like we're watching fucking
Yes.
what's that stupid Sacha Baron whatever Cohen guy's Dictator? The Dictator,
That's
wasn't
a
it
very
fucking called The
cool- yeah,
Dictator?
that's correct.
And you
Yep.
people just lap it up, and it's just comical. It's a fucking actual movie. How stupid he is with the gold aesthetics everywhere. Yo, you remember in 2016, him and Mike Pence in an interview were sitting in gold fucking thrones? And I was like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is this?
Have you
And I
seen
have to turn
interviews from
around
the
and have a
Oval
working
Office?
class friend of mine tell me he's great, he's great. I'm like, bro, sorry, go ahead.
He doesn't give a fuck about you.
Right.
He does not give a fuck
Right, there you go.
about
You did it for me.
That is
Yeah.
what it is. If you're working
Yeah,
class, he doesn't give a shit about you. He needs you in spirit, but he is not going to deliver you anything.
Are you ever jealous that he gets to do so much in broad daylight? You ever think to yourself, if I had this much political just room?
Crazy.
Yeah, saying right. You get Medicare for all. You get child care for all. Like, what in the fuck, man? Anyways.
And it seems like, yeah, that he's just never held accountable, particularly by his own folks.
I know.
He's building a ballroom as a testament to like oligarchy and the death of, you know, actual free market capitalism, and he just gets to get away with it.
You know what
While
sucks
the
in
government
this
shut
article?
down, while people are suffering, like he just gets to get away with it.
Yep.
How?
And what sucks is in this article, there's some like expert from some college. I should find the quote, but look, here's the article. Go find it, whoever the fuck. But they basically said, and they're in the know about this stuff, and they're professionals, and they work at a university. They're like, yeah, this isn't technically illegal. It's like it should be then. Like, let's talk about how it should be, because you're obviously targeting major contractual entities with the government. What, to not use that as leverage? That's a coincidence? Like, that should be illegal. That's a clear conflict of interest to say, I want this thing, I'm the president. Oh, I'm technically not allowed to appropriate anything, even though he does whatever the fuck he wants. So I'll just go get private money. Oh, how can I get the most private money? Oh, whoever has like, it's just so stupid, man.
It's
just so
it's
blatantly
great.
Right.
Do you think? And you know what's funny to me too is Palantir is one of the sponsors of this fucking ballroom. If anybody, if please, I beg anybody who's on the right, please Google what Palantir is,
know.
what they're trying to do,
Neuralink.
what they're doing. With
Also
the
do
like-
Neuralink. Go ahead, sorry.
but it's just how
With
how
facial
is this the
technology, were you
people's
going to say?
president?
Right?
Well, I mean, they're working with all the the intelligence agencies. Like their
they're
motivations are
anti-freedom.
nothing but right.
I read some
Like, to
article today
me-
that was like, or maybe it was the other day, but it was just like, oh, they, like arrested a teenager and ran their faces through the Palantir system, and that chilled me a little bit. I'm like, what's a Palantir system? I'm like, what? What the fuck is this? So that's why I
Yeah.
knew it was like facial recognition at the least, but I'm sure it's not great all kinds of ways. But yeah,
No, and again, there's nothing inherently nefarious about that, but you know that it's so ripe for abuse. It's
mean,
so
shit.
ripe for abuse.
there's
Why would
nothing
you ever
inherently
consent
bad.
to this?
Right? Yeah. I don't know.
Like,
I don't
okay, in a let's in a perfect world, say a child gets abducted, you could use facial recognition and public CCTV to like maybe locate that child. Okay, that's a system that like I could get behind, but you know that's not what this is going to be used for.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
so
going to
crazy.
be used for control. It's going to
Yep.
be used to control you.
And you said something earlier, and I can't let it escape my mind. Like, the same people that X amount of years ago would be like, oh, they're doing facial recognition technology and this and that to control you in China and stuff, are just embracing the tech, the tech world that would do that literally to you. Literally to you. You're just like, oh, it's fine.
Right.
And I know why. It's the same reason why people would support Trump at this late date. It's because it's not about what they're doing. It's about, that's my team, and so I support.
Yes.
And so I support.
Yes.
And that's it. The other side is the enemy. It just is. I can't have that ruined. I can't have that bubble burst at all. They just are. Ridiculous.
Right.
Man.
That's our guy. So like we're supporting him no matter what.
Yep. Doesn't matter.
And it's funny too because if you took if you took Palantir, if you took the exact same company and just put that same energy they have behind Trump and they put that behind Biden, can you imagine?
Dude.
They would have been calling Biden the Antichrist. Without a doubt.
I mean, they already called George Soros the
Trump,
Antichrist, so this kind of shit has already, but you're right.
Right, but because they're supporting Trump, like, okay, well, Palantir must be fine then.
So it's
they
fine.
have to
Right,
be fine.
exactly.
I trust them because they.
Yo, don't you want to watch
Trump.
those lectures on the Antichrist too? Like, what are we doing? What is he like? What a clown! I want to watch those. What the hell was he? Did you know that Peter Thiel did like a 4-speech lecture series in September and October on the Antichrist? Peter Thiel did.
What?
Dude, exactly. So I need to watch this. This man might actually have Kanye West lost his mind. I'm not kidding. Not in the same way, but just lost his mind.
Who?
Dude, I don't know.
Wow.
I'd have to
Especially
watch
the position that he's in to try and participate in that conversation is crazy.
That's why it feels so grifty. People who are at the high levels of power in society know that there's no big... not that they know every conspiracy isn't true, but there's no big conspiracy in a lot of ways on a lot of things. So for this shit to happen, it just feels so grifty. It's like, better. You feel me? Like, what the fuck, man? But whatever.
Like was he trying to present himself as like a scholar on the subject?
I don't know.
I'm so confused.
I was about to say that acceptance is a hell of a drug. Maybe it's I don't know. I don't know. Acceptance is a hell of a drug, and if you got denied it at certain times and now you're just on a revenge tour, I have no fucking idea, man. I have no idea.
Oh my God, he did make lectures.
These are very insecure people, man. I don't know. I can't interpret them for you because I don't feel that way.
Yeah.
When I watch a movie and two men kiss, I don't care. And people out there that do are fucking weird. Okay?
Wow.
Anyways. Just be an adult. Just be an adult. Like, you people are just...
Sure.
It's...
Grow
so
the fuck
strange,
up, folks.
Just...
Can we grow up?
There you go. Why don't you just go into the woods and live separately? I tell that to people all the time who get wild with me. I'm like, listen, if you're a libertarian, go in the woods. What's stopping you?
No. No, I'm a sovereign citizen,
Anyways.
but I also
Then
want
go
to
in the
use
woods and
road
nobody wants to see you ever.
No.
Oh, but I get to participate in society. I know, we do this.
I want all the benefits. I want none of the taxes or obligations, please. Thank you.
I want all of the benefits and none of the burdens. Like, okay. Isn't that what we all want, you fucking idiot? But sure.
Folks, there's a social contract, and you got to play the game. I'm sorry.
A real libertarian would know that
True. Oh,
Medicare for all and universal health care is a freedom unlocking thing for a lot of people. And so you can support that, even though that's a socialistic way of spending on Medicare from a libertarian perspective, because it now opens up the freedom of a lot of lower class people to move and have mobility in society. Isn't it about merit? Isn't it about Okay, anyways. That's my TED Talk.
I will say, you know what the true libertarian merit-based position should be? And any actual libertarian is going to hear this and their skin's going to crawl. But if you want a true merit-based system, you should have 100% estate tax, because everyone should start from zero.
That is correct. Stop making sense. We don't do that here. We don't do that here. Okay. But that
everyone
is correct.
should start from zero.
But what about my legacy? Be a good parent then. Did you raise winners or did you fucking raise losers? Huh? What did you do? All right, we went off we went off the rails here a bunch, but it's excellent banter. Libertarians get under me and your skin, especially, I think, because I think we both had some idea of it early on in our life, and we were fine with even like supporting the Ron Pauls and everything's a snapshot in time for whatever the priority should be, right? So At the time,
Sure.
might have been different priorities. Definitely was different priorities, but yeah, you just see it morph into like, and I'm sure you can get a bunch of libertarians that would say the same thing as me, who are more on the extreme or righter side of it, not in like hateful ways, but in policy ways, who hate that it's just morphed into like Trump just gives the speech there and you people just are Trump. Like, it's just, how many cucks are out there? We need to weed you people out.
That's
So
true.
dumb,
Hey, if you're a
bro.
libertarian, don't be a cuck. If you're a
Don't be
libertarian
a
that
cuck.
voted
What are you
for
talking
Trump,
about? Right.
if you're a libertarian that voted for Trump, you're not a libertarian.
You're a cuck.
We just have to.
Facts.
We just have to call that what it is.
Dude. What
yeah, I
principles
will
are you
say
standing on? Tell me. What principles
Absolutely
are you
zero. Absolutely none. Well, you know what that is, though, for them is the lesser of two evils, quote unquote.
Yeah,
like,
but
dude,
again,
come on.
that is, especially when he's doing what he's doing, trampling on the Constitution, that is, I would argue that I would have known this before, but we can look back and know this too right now. That's wrong. That's fucking wrong. So whatever your priorities were and whatever led you to think that he's the lesser of two evils, let's talk about it, because you're wrong to me.
You are wrong. Yeah.
You're wrong.
I agree.
Like,
I agree.
that was just exploding
any
too.
true
What are we doing right?
Any true libertarian should absolutely hate Donald Trump. Do you know we've spent more than $1 trillion since January?
Yeah,
more than $1
that's
trillion
That's
since
what happens when you-
January.
That's what happens when you cut taxes and a recession comes. You cut taxes and then a recession, that's a double whammy on your income. And that's what I don't think, we're not in a recession quite yet, but wait till metrics come out and the government opens back up. I just don't think these GDP numbers, like I read an article that the first half of the year 0.1 growth if you exclude data center building. It's
Correct.
like, okay, well
Yes.
that feels
The
really
only thing-
bad. But yeah.
The only thing keeping the Trump economy afloat right now is the AI speculation, and that bubble is going to burst. I don't know in what way or how long, but we are riding a wave of money right now that is it's just
True.
obfuscating everything.
And that
Jesus.
doesn't mean Bitcoin can't make it in the long run, in my mind, by the way. I'm just going to say that to say it. But there's a bubble, and there's going to be some air let out. Same thing with the stock market. There's going to be some air let out. There will be. What it'll look like,
I just don't know how that manifests. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
I will say, too, just to clarify, I do still consider myself a libertarian, like, socially.
Socially, of
Like,
course.
Socially, I'm a libertarian.
Of course.
That
Totally
is
agree.
forever going to be my position because I believe people have a right to their own person. So,
Yeah, and use logic and try to come back to my principles. It's as long as people socially aren't bothering me with the choices they make, I don't have any right. I don't have any right to say like, hey, I don't. So
yeah, and I would take it one step further though.
Yeah.
You also can't be like hurting yourself or others. Like there is a little bit of that in there.
bother me is violence, basically. Yeah. Well, also it can be more than just violence, but yeah, no, it's definitely violence. Oh yeah. There's always unless again you're a nut job. There's always some lines. Like with free speech, you can't go around and just be like, "I'm gonna kill you" to people. Like that's not okay. That's no.
Yeah.
Can't do that. No.
And ironically, that was part of what got me to support Ron Paul in 2012 is because I came at libertarianism from a social aspect, and like everything else kind of got stapled on. Because I remember even back then when I was like pro Ron Paul, he would get asked questions about healthcare a lot. And his answer was, well, charities will take care of everybody who falls through the cracks. And I never bought that.
No.
I never bought that answer.
True.
I thought that was a bad answer because it's just not true. People will die in the
Let's
streets.
be clear. If charities
remove-
could, they would. They can't. It has to be a big governmental central entity. It has to be. If charities could,
Well, it doesn't
they
have
would, they
to
can't.
be. You could just.
It
let
has to be
people
some sort of
suffer.
central, powerful entity that can consolidate your health care.
Right.
That's what
Or
I
you let people suffer.
Exactly. Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I know. And also, I think too, me and you probably got a little wooed by the libertarian mindset because I've always hated the two-party system. I'm sure you agree. I'm sorry to loop you in there, but I'm sure you do. So,
Sure.
Two-party system sucks. Ranked choice voting. Do something. Do anything. Get rid of the Senate. What the fuck's the Senate for? It's to have 30 senators represent 18 people. Really? All right, let's get rid of it. Who gives a shit about the Senate? It's fucking a waste of time.
Get rid of this.
Get rid of it. Expand the House of Representatives. Make each representative represent less people. Get rid of the fucking Senate. Who gives a shit? Who cares? Just direct
No, I
democracy,
don't like
baby.
that. I don't like
What?
that.
So okay, fine.
And here's the
And
thing.
We'll end it here on this discussion. But let me lay out before, because you say you disagree. You understand that
I
the
do.
Senate is
I do.
fucked with people and representation because of how it works, correct? You understand that?
Of course, that's
All right, go
the
ahead.
point. That is the point.
So get rid of it, but go ahead.
No, I mean the point is that you do need somebody to speak for somebody who's, because otherwise Alaska would never
No.
get talked about. Who would ever talk about Alaska? Who would ever advocate for anything for Alaska?
But
Why would we make national parks there?
but
Why
I
would we
can
do
always
anything?
I can always come back and say, but that's fair in the sense of their proportion to the rest of the population. And if we're making decisions on the whole population, I get you. There's got to be some system where there's certain things that can be advocated for because they're unique, they're exceptions, they're tricky. Alaska's
called the Senate.
a huge frontier. No, that's not. Fuck that, dude.
It's called the Senate.
It's just it whacks everything. No, fine. But hang on. You can have advocacy without having a whole chamber that stops shit in its tracks, and we're represented like shit proportionally in it.
Well,
come on, bro. I don't know how you would
say,
disagree
too,
with that. Go ahead.
Well, because here's the thing: is you're viewing the Senate through the lens of like the MAGA
No, I'm not. No,
era
fuck that.
we're in.
Are you? I'm viewing
You
it.
think
But
the Senate's never served? Like, has never done anything good for the system?
that's not what I'm. Oh, stop. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I am slavishly devoted to the one idea, not any other ideas that you just said. The one idea that the proportion of representation is ridiculous in that fucking chamber. It just is. That's a fact. And I'm not leaving that. You can talk about all the other things, and we can talk about those, but I feel like we can solve those with something else than a whole fucking chamber that's represented like shit based on proportions, and it can stop things in its track a lot of times. That's dumb. I can't leave that. I can't leave that.
You don't believe in trans rights?
What are you strawmanning me for? Go ahead.
A small proportion of the population. We should just go with
No, because that's a different discussion. Civil rights, born human rights are a different discussion than decisions in society need to be made in the most direct democracy way possible. In the most direct democracy.
Point I'm making there. That is a small community that nobody would advocate for if we just took the general
That's not true
population.
because there's civil rights. You have a right to be whoever you want to be. That's totally separate than power in a society. That actually is. If you disagree with that, well, we can just call it. If you disagree with that, we can call it. Because your civil rights are separate from the mechanisms of power and decision-making in the society. To me.
Yeah, but I feel like you're missing the point I'm trying to make there.
I'm not missing your point. I think your point is not as important as mine. That's my point. You need to be represented properly. How about we retool the Senate in a way that actually makes sense for population representation? Can we do that? Can California have like 9 and fucking Montana, North Dakota, and South Dakota get 1 combined? Go fuck yourself. I'm not leaving that point is my point. We're going to have an impasse here and that's fine. But I can't leave that. That needs to be fixed. There's no excuse for that to be not fixed. To me. Because your democracy should be as directly proportionate as possible. Especially when you have a chamber that can stop legislation in its tracks. That doesn't make sense. Now Wyoming can be so powerful like that. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. But, right. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying you're setting yourself up for states that will just forever be forgotten about. Like
and that's fine, but there's no
because
excuse.
Nobody lives there.
But there's no excuse to take away people's civil rights other than you're a shitbag, and I'll call that out. But you're right. They'll take away civil rights. They will, because they're assholes, even though civil rights should be given to every human being. But you're right. I can't get off. I want direct democracy. I want a parliament system. I think our system sucks compared to those parliamentary systems, and I think that's facts.
Sure. I mean, the real direct democracy is having everybody vote on every bill, right?
Yes, and I would hope that we could find a way to do that, but there are limits to things. There are limits to things.
All right, okay.
Because if you can fake an online vote, and it's also very clunky when people don't participate, there's definitely a nuance. But again, I'm not leaving the whole. It should be proportional. That pisses me off, man.
I mean, I hear you. Sure.
Yeah.